Hey, my buddy, how are you doing?
What's up? Non-perishable goods in the building. Boop, boop,
Hey,
boop, boop,
hey.
boop, 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 boop.
What's up, my good people? How are y'all feeling? I love
Uh-huh.
that hat, though. Let's talk about that hat. Jay Dilla, I haven't
Dilla
seen that hat
dog.
before. Is that a custom or is that his
No,
merch?
no. Remember we went to that show a long time ago, the Dilla thing, and I was like, man, where they get those hats from? And it's just on the website. And I wanted to buy something that would go to the foundation.
Oh, nice.
So just directly
What's
from the
under the
website.
bill? Are those
It's an
stickers?
empty MPC.
He killed that. Whoever designed that hat, they killed that. I love it when people do that.
This is like my favorite hat.
Yeah,
Dilla's
that's fine.
dog, Phyllis Dilla.
And it's embroidered.
Yeah, embossed. Is it
Oh,
embroidered and
okay.
embossed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
tight.
wear it
That's
too much, so it's been standing the test of time. So
yeah, no, it looks like a great quality hat. I actually am very particular about the way hats fit, and I can tell that's a fit that I approve of. So it looks good.
thank you.
What's on the side? What's that on the side?
This side,
Oh, the D. Okay. What's on the other side? Another D? What's it say? I can't read it. Oh, joy.
so
Oh,
J
JD.
J.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
And then Detroit. Gotcha.
you
Fire.
you can get the D.
Yes. The D is out here free, like
Good
these people roaming the earth.
segue. I see what you're doing.
Man, it just kind of popped up. It just, it's a
That's what
lot.
she said. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely going in the direction of too much freedom.
Too liberal. I think nowadays we have too much. Uh, man, too much freedom, too liberal, too many opinions, too much social media, too many avenues for people to state their opinion to where they feel like they can alter things, which they have been because companies are listening to them, which is resulting into cancel culture. And then, now everybody has an opinion. A good example to me is the Rings of Power and how like it's the fans versus the normies versus Amazon, and how the first shows they didn't let anybody write reviews because they were scared that people were going to write bad reviews
Wait, wait,
because
wait, wait.
it's a
What
bad
is
show.
this? What was this? It was a show on Amazon Prime
Yeah.
or something?
It's a
What's it called?
prequel to it's a Rings of Power. It's a prequel to Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay, okay.
And there's like three writers who are on the project and stuff or whatever, and they're just like not following the lore, and they're trying to make everything modern. And Tolkien's story is
Hmm.
not modern. It's a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's kind of like a, you know, Lord of the Rings to white, Rings of Power to white kind of thing, which is stupid because black, white, Asian love Lord of the Rings, and it was mostly white. Nobody complained about Lord of the Rings so white. So we love the story, and now they're pushing like this narrative. Whoa, different races,
So,
colors of
oh, so they're trying to diversify
yeah,
this new
yes,
version.
yeah. And I think that's what
Oh,
Hollywood's doing now is like they're gender bending, they're gender swapping, they're race swapping, they're like filling race and gender quotas just to
but I
have
feel
them
like people are
inclusive.
wanting, yeah, yeah, yeah. But people are wanting to feel represented or, feel represented in something or being inclusive.
Right. But
But,
if that's not your
but,
story,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if I created like a story of all Blasian characters and I passed away and you took on my IP and changed things to like everybody being half, black and Jewish, I'm gonna be rolling in my grave because I'm
Right.
like my all my characters were Blasian. Like
Well,
why'd
then,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Just
yeah,
to fit your narrative, or
right.
you made my character gay or whatever. It's like why? Just to include, just to be modern? Like
So it was inauthentic.
I think
You
so. Yeah,
you know what I
absolutely.
mean? Like, I feel like when stuff like that happens when it's like it's too stereotypical and it just loses all its flavor. Kind of like a remix. I haven't really heard on a song. I haven't really heard too many remixes that are better than the original. And that's probably the same for this,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So yeah, yeah,
So
or
Jeff,
covers.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like people really got like people put their passion into an original idea.
yeah,
So, if Lord of the Rings has all Smurfs, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
sorry, I don't. I'm
That's
not
fine.
into all the sci-fi fantasy
Yeah,
type films, but I love it. I respect it. I know it's a whole culture of people who love it.
yeah.
Um, but so Jeff Bezos or whatever said no reviews. He wasn't gonna let
Or like
people.
two of them, and then like the third one, which I'm gonna watch tonight. I guess he let people write reviews on this one, but I didn't look at it yet.
Oh,
So
really?
we'll see.
But why? That's weird. Well,
It's
he
just
probably doesn't.
bad. It's just really bad.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want people to sway others because a lot of people are influenced by the comments
But it's
or
not
think
even. I
that's the
mean,
world.
all you have to do is watch it. It's bad.
Oh, really?
It's like, who's writing this stuff? Like, it feels like a student project.
Wow. And then
Yeah.
is it all like celebrities?
No, I mean,
It's
it's
like no
people.
namers.
It's like half and half. That's people I've seen before, but there's more people who I haven't seen before. But that's not the point. They can still have like no names on there. It's the matter of the story and
Yeah.
how it goes, and it's like it's all over. It's just bad. It's just really. And my dumbass is gonna watch the third episode today tonight.
Well,
So I mean,
yeah, because you're a fan of the whole what do they call it? The
I'm
whole
just
franchise, the
yeah.
whole,
Now I'm just curious now because I tried to watch She-Hulk. I watched the first episode and I couldn't watch the second and third. It's just so bad. It's just but it's like every time you try every show is like there's like some woke agenda or some diversity agenda. Like I just can't get into it. But I will say this, like the Sandman with their gender and race swapping that I didn't approve of, but it still was a good show because the story was good. You know what I mean? Like I want to see season two. You know what I mean? But I think it also helped that they gave us all the shows at once, so I didn't have to like linger and guess what's going to happen next. I just sit there and just I killed the whole season one in like a weekend.
yeah. I
But
think
they changed hell just almost all the characters, and
oh, really?
it's like,
What is this? A
man,
Sandman's a comic? Is that a comic
it
or
was the
something?
graphic novel, yeah, by Neil
Oh, okay.
Gaiman, who is part of the show, but he bended the knee to for Netflix to, I guess, give him a bag and have him, have do the show. But even his characters back then were all white, but we don't care. We love those characters because of that. But now it's like, oh, in modern times, now we gotta put
Well,
more black people in
everything.
here and all this stuff. But it's like
Yeah.
I don't care to see myself. That's not why I'm watching movies and your story. I'm watching your story because I want to hear your story, your whatever, if fantasy or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. It's like watching mafia movie. I like watching The Sopranos. I didn't get mad that there was only a few black people in there, and when they were there, they were called moolies. Like that's their
Right.
world. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that whole show was mostly Italian. Like we're gonna get mad. I think this guy
Yeah.
had a black girlfriend at one point or a Puerto Rican. I don't know. I can't remember. But like
Well,
now
that's like
that show wouldn't last now because it wasn't too
right.
diverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been
Yeah.
canceled the first season.
Right. Like the black community would be extremely upset if somebody redid, Boys in the Hood and made it all white. You know what I'm saying? Like
Was it
that
a
would be a
reboot?
travesty.
Yeah. And it's like black and Mexican and
Right.
white.
Right. Right. It just wouldn't that wasn't the story, you
Yeah, that
know?
wasn't a story. Even Black Panther, it's like if you put like white people in Africa, it's like whoa, wait a minute. You're like, why are there white people in Africa? Africa is Africa. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, we watch movies to get away. I don't need to see myself looking at myself like they were like saying, oh, the first black dwarf female, and I'm like, what? Like that's not what Tolkien wrote. Like, and in that area, it's all like one color because of the culture, because of the race. So how do we get black dwarves? There was no black doors there.
Yeah, I really think that's just the executives missing the point.
Oh, 100%.
Or over, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of symbolism type things,
100%.
that they do. It's like, we don't want that. We want you to be kind to Black people. Or we want you to, give Black voices an opportunity, or give Mexican voices an opportunity, or Chinese or Korean or Indian or whatever. We're not saying redo a whole movie to make it inclusive. Like, it's just missing the point.
Yeah,
And it's
totally.
tone deaf. It's just tone deaf, I guess.
I think you're just like modern days now, because of social media. Like everybody, the companies are so scared of nobody
Or getting canceled.
everybody getting canceled, that they're just walking on eggshells and saying, okay, now we have to have Black people, Asian people, Indian people here, or we can't have a show. And it's like,
right.
It's just the reason why Lord of the Rings and even The Hobbit made lots of money is because the story was good and we didn't care about that. We wouldn't even thinking about that. You know what I mean? Like I don't think every Black person or Asian person who watched The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogies were like, man, you know what? That was cool, but I didn't see myself in the movie.
Right. No, and I don't think
they had an Asian character in there,
Yeah, I don't think anybody said that. I think they were at a meeting with everybody, a board meeting with everybody around, all the executives, all the creators, all the people, and somebody brought up the idea and thought it would be like a great idea and just missed the mark, and that's what happens when you don't have people of color in your company to tell you, like, that's stupid. you
Yeah.
know like, that's why they need to be inclusive in that sense. But because a lot of what they're doing, it sounds like nobody asked for that.
Yeah, and I think they're missing the point too, as far like they're trying to be so diverse and wokey woke that
You look stupid. Like,
not
oh, I have
only
a Black friend.
the story suffers. It's like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus. It's like everybody was talking about Reva and how that was such a bad character, but Star Wars was saying, "Oh, you guys are racist," yada yada yada. It's like, no, the actress is not good, and it's a bad character. Like it got nothing to do with her being Black. If she was white, Asian, Indian, and she was that same character doing that same, having that same candor, we would have been like, who's this who's this Reva character? She sucks. She's horrible. Like nobody likes her, and not in a character way. Not even the act. Her acting is bad. Like the writing is bad. The whole show, Obi-Wan Kenobi, the whole thing was just bad, man.
Yeah.
And then now you have the Rings of Power and She-Hulk. Like everything is just so bad because of the wokey. Whoa.
Yeah, and I know there's
and bad
a
writing.
lot. Yeah, and that's everything for me. The
writing,
writing is everything. I don't care. Like, you don't even need celebrities to make a movie good. It's really about the writing and acting, and being able to communicate and translate the characters properly.
Yeah,
being authentic. Period.
Anybody who's watching Rings of Power and you like it, tell me why.
Like, is that bad?
What do you like about it?
Maybe I should watch it from a person who doesn't really watch.
Please,
sci-fi,
please.
And I don't know. Like, I know Black people are into that genre, but I think predominantly it's probably not Black folks. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what do you mean?
That watch like that.
Yeah, we're watching it.
Yeah, some.
What do you mean?
I mean, well, Black people are not a monolith, but if they did the numbers, it's probably not majority of Black folks that
some of the YouTube channels I watch, are black and they're like, this is a bad show. Like this is horrible. Like, you know what I mean? That's not.
Well, yeah, because they're in that world. But I'm saying, like, as myself and thinking about like my family members, like, not
Oh,
saying that we're everything, but I'm just, we don't know. I mean, a graphic novel, I don't know. It's not really my genre, but so I'm saying I would watch it and see if it's good. But you might not like it because you know the original.
I'm well. There's not a well. Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just they're disrespecting Token's lore, and that going in already sucks. But we all gave it a chance. We all those nerds, we all gave it a chance, and it's like bad. That's all. And I want to know why.
Maybe I won't say black people. Maybe I'll say black women. What don't know this genre that much.
Well,
So
you guys aren't on my list either, because I know some black women who like that shit. So
yeah, but I know those people are super rare, bro. Like stop. Like seriously. There's not that
well,
there's not many people who are in black folk, black women that are in. I just say the percentages aren't there.
I
So
mean,
that's why
definitely
it's
my.
not even important for them to be this inclusive like
Oh,
this.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
I guess that's my point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing I had with She-Hulk. It's like for me, I think female comic book readers of She-Hulk is a minority. So it's like, why are you trying to please that demographic? She-Hulk was created by men. She was drawn by men predominantly. She was written with by men, and now we have a woman who is writing and directing and women, all these feminists starring in the show, and it's like who's watching this? She-Hulk is beloved by a lots of
Man.
guys,
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
now you're like isolating us because it's it's not this isn't for us. Not even
Mm,
as a just like an ordinary human comic book reader, avid reader.
mm,
Like it's just too salted with
mm.
like pandering to the wokeness and the feminism and the feminist move. It's just it's not in it,
Yeah.
and the research
Well,
hasn't been done to me. It's just like it's
yeah.
bad.
Well, maybe they were trying to bring in more women. They thought they could bring in some people because that's why a lot of these people do this stuff, especially in America, is to bring in a new audience. So maybe they were trying, they probably did. They probably were successful and brought in some new audiences to comics or graphic novels or
I mean, that's
whatever.
true because let's take Black Panther for instance. Like, it made over a
Mm,
billion, right? But it
mm,
only because it was a black superhero, and a lot of black people were like, I didn't watch any Justice, I'm sorry, not Justice League. That's DC. I didn't watch any Avengers.
Marvel.
I
I
didn't
didn't
watch
watch
any
no
Iron
Marvel.
Man, nothing. But I went to Black Panther.
I
You know what I
did.
mean? I took
I
my
was that
kids.
person. I
Yeah,
was that blackie.
exactly. And we rented out all the theaters, like we just want to support and blah blah blah. Remember, you know what I mean? And it's like y'all don't know nothing about T'Challa in the history. Now we can't recast because you
But
grown so
but
accustomed to Chadwick. But go ahead.
yeah, but it was a good movie to me. It was a good movie.
It was okay, yeah.
See, you're definitely more rooted in that genre, so you know like all the ins and outs. So
I mean, he did his best. Kubrick.
yeah, it was
What?
exciting. It was exciting for what it is. But one example I just thought of, what I consider like this sci-fi fantasy comic book world, um, that was all black. That I think it was Jordan Peele, the Lovecraft Country.
I think he was an executive producer, but I don't think it was
He wasn't the
his.
writer.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, his.
Well, that was definitely more sci-fi
I think they used
fantasy.
his name just to get popularity. I think.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think he
But
was
yeah,
like
but I'm
fully part of it.
saying that was all black. And I mean, it wasn't really my cup of tea, but it was interesting. But I'm just saying, like,
And
I
and and how like beautiful is that? I mean, you got all black, you had history, you had magic, you had fantasy, it was just all over the
And
place.
horror. It was
And
crazy.
and the guy
Thriller.
Lovecraft and the horror, the first goddamn episode.
Okay. That was
Yeah, I
crazy.
told my friend, I was like, you need to watch this. It's just pro black. And he's like, is it horror? I was like, yeah. He's like, I can't watch it. I was like, yeah, you probably not go. You
Yeah,
probably ain't
that
gonna like it.
gore.
Yeah,
Like it was heavy. It was
but
heavy, but it was
but
good.
even the guy Lovecraft, the writer, he's a racist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you look up Lovecraft, I mean, he's verified racist, but his stories were just too good. You know what I
He's
mean?
black?
No, he's white.
Oh, so it's based on a novel?
It's based on the writer and his stuff and I guess his fantasy. I'm not really familiar with Lovecraft's fantasy, but even in the movie, remember the what's his name had Lovecraft's book, you know, and remember his friend was like, "Why are you reading Lovecraft? Isn't he racist?" And he's like, "Yeah, but his stories are great." You know, they say that
Ah,
in the episode. I think it's the first or second episode. So
yeah,
it's like, and then
it was
the whole
it was
staff.
racial undertones, yeah.
Yeah, but the whole staff behind the scenes was mostly black. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And the black writer, a black what do you call it? Showrunner. You know what I mean? So it's like I mean, we took something bad from somebody who's bad and took and made something great. You know,
Yeah. It was
and great
definitely
actors, great man. This that man, great acting, great. I mean,
it
you
was a
know,
story I've
great
never felt.
CGI. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like because like I said, I'm not really into that genre, but it really was heavy and it was different for me.
I mean, we had a non-traditional black, almost like plump character, female, who was the hero in one of her dream stories. And I like
Mhm.
that part. You know, she was like uh you know, a love interest, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I mean that just broke all kinds of boundaries and stereotypes and stuff. I mean
Yeah,
that's probably like one of the best shows at parentheses black shows that was just creative, man. That I mean that show was just
yeah,
phenomenal.
exactly. I guess that's the best way to put it. Even if you're not into that genre, it was something to watch.
Yeah, and then you have the Watchmen, and they made that all about the Tulsa situation,
Oh,
and which is one of
the
the
Black Wall
Black
Street?
Wall Street, yeah,
Mm,
and they that encompassed that, and then
that's yeah,
well, Regina King was one of the main characters, one of the heroes, and that they turned that whole thing like predominantly black. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a black um, genre superhero thing, but they made it black, and no, and it was
it's called
good.
The Watchmen.
Yeah, The Watchmen on HBO. I think
Oh,
it was on
okay.
HBO. Yeah, it's a series.
HBO has some really great shows.
HBO be taking chances on black people like
Yeah,
all over, dude. Like they
yeah,
don't. What it is not if it like creative shit. I mean, it's just
yeah.
insane.
Because that's the
Insecure,
thing. I think a lot of
Jared Carmichael. Yep.
yeah, like a lot of Hollywood types haven't greenlit a lot of black stories, but HBO is definitely starting to do that.
I mean, I mean, you got Chicago, Chi Town. You got Power. I mean, the black people are definitely
Yeah,
making
I mean
noise.
the networks are starting to let us, go
Yeah, that's
crazy
all we
because
need. That's all we need to start. That's all we need to start. And then
yeah,
look what happens when we get in there. We put our foot in it, get
have
all
the
stanky, get all
yeah,
creative. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
and have great box office returns.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, historically, black films haven't been greenlit. So that's why I think the people who are like the show that you started talking about in the beginning,
Rings of
um,
power.
Rings of Power dropped, missed the mark because they were trying to be inclusive, but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Just,
Now it's like, oh, black people are cash cow. Like we need to put
yeah,
sprinklings of black people in here.
exactly. Like,
It's like,
don't do that.
no,
Like,
yeah, don't do that.
don't just let black people write it, let black people direct it or whatever, but don't do what they did. It sounds like
It's like you know how
I'm gonna watch
people.
it tonight.
Oh, please do and let me know what you think. But it's like when white people were uh I don't know, protesting with BLM. And it's like we don't need Joe or help. You know what I mean? Like, don't speak for
But
us.
see, I hear a lot of people saying that, and I'm like, why not?
Because
What's
it's
the
not
problem?
right. It's like it's not. It's kind of
Why?
like it's like you can't join the NAACP, but you can fight with the NAACP. That's what it's like. And BLM ain't even legit, so it's like we don't want it. I and I mean I would like to stick with NAACP, but they're not even
You know what
doing as
though?
much.
Honestly, I think BLM was a great movement, like an idea, but then people capitalized off of it and
I was just about to say that.
and
Just about to say
organized
that.
and messed it up.
The money messed it up.
Yeah.
The money messed it up. And then I also think the origin of it was a scam because you're dealing with a thing where I'm getting on a tangent.
Profiting
Um
on people's pain.
boom.
Period.
Boom
Like they
boom
were like,
boom boom boom
"Oh,
boom
this is a good
boom.
idea," and then now all of a sudden you're hearing how the leaders are using millions, tens of millions of dollars to buy
I mean,
houses and
they're
doing
lesbian
this.
communists. I mean, capitalists, you know what I
But no,
mean?
there was a guy though. It was a guy too recently. Like this was in the last week that he just
Yeah,
got.
who work for them, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
So it's
saying,
like it got
yeah,
scammy.
they
And
bought
that's
mansions. He did what?
he bought a mansion too, I think. Everybody came up.
Everybody in Hollywood is, LA is buying it
BLM.
with your money from
Yeah.
your dead children.
So I mean, I definitely support Black Lives for sure, but
I don't.
not that
Oh, I
organization.
mean, yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
I got you. I got you. I definitely support Black Lives, but I don't
Yeah.
support
I
that
just wanted to clear
organization.
that up.
Yes,
But yeah,
with you
nah.
on that. Yeah,
It's mm-mm.
it's just too. It's just people are just too.
Playing off of
The
your feelings.
the
Like,
audacity of people to like do things like that. It's amazing.
but I feel like it's happening more and more and more and more and more and more.
Yeah, I think people are killing more. I think people are assaulting people more. I think people are committing more crimes. I think we just, but man, I don't know if they're still doing that. Remember in San Francisco, they have that law where they're not going to charge misdemeanor crimes or whatever. And then like people were like robbing like Walgreens and stuff.
Walgreens, yeah, yeah. And then that's when everybody was like, "Oh, okay, that's good to know." So they
Yeah, because they
started,
were they would arrest them and put them in jail and leave them in there for like an hour, then let them go. It's like, oh shit, I'm about to do this again.
yeah.
Like you
No,
don't
it's
even like taking my
definitely,
picture. It's like,
yeah. I mean, it is super liberal, a policy. That is a super liberal
I mean,
policy.
is this the Democrats doing? You know what I mean? I feel like we might need to change the order.
Yeah, I don't know. They got to find a happy medium because the law and order conservatives, it's not helpful either. But after that policy came out, I did notice more people were like running up into different establishments and robbing jewelry stores, grocery stores, Walgreens, you know?
Yeah, because they were
So
saying it, well, they were saying like if it's under like 50, 20, $50 or something, it's like a not even like a misdemeanor. It's just like just let them go. Because I mean, these places have insurance anyway. You know what I mean?
oh, I hate when people say that
Right?
too. Because
Right?
insurance does not work like that, people. Insurance is a headache.
Let them
And
know.
yes, these companies have a lot more money than we do. But if you keep robbing your local store in your neighborhood, your prices are going to go up even more, and you're going to lose those stores in your community. That's
Mm.
why if you go to a lot of the places in the hood, you don't have grocery stores. You don't have, certain convenience stores. You have the local like liquor stores
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Who
or
whose
bodegas or
prices
markets.
are higher.
Right.
Chips are like $5. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
You don't have a Walmart. There's no
right.
Walmart. There's no, CVS or Walgreens. because like those businesses don't want to keep having to take hits.
Right.
But then the other side of it is like I can see where they're saying if it's under $50, just let them go, because I mean if somebody's that hard up, they must need it. They must need something, because there's nothing you could really, I mean, under $50 take from Walgreens that you're gonna resell. You probably needed it.
Yeah, and then what are you gonna do? Call the cops to get the guy or girl, and then like they put him in the back of the car.
Or he
Probably.
might possibly get killed by the police. You know what I mean? Like it's almost not worth it. Like I see all sides of everything, but these kids are out of line though. A lot of these kids are out of line
And sometimes
today.
it's like old homeless people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or,
yeah. I believe that too. They
kids
shoot.
too. Yeah.
They need some toilet paper. They need tampons. You know what I mean? Homeless
Just
people
let them
need like,
have it.
yeah, I remember I was in downtown LA and this lady, she was like, there was blood all over the back of her pants. And I was like, dang, like that's real. Like homeless people need sanitary, feminine hygiene products.
Yeah, I think like women's like tampons and stuff should be like free to like $1. Like they shouldn't be like, I don't know how much they are. I never bought.
They
Like,
are so expensive.
yeah, they shouldn't be. They should be free to,
Yeah,
like I said, to like $5.
yeah. And I get the organic, unbleached, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
really a lot.
I mean, they're
Because
taking advantage of women's natural, you know, processes, system. That's not fair.
yeah,
That's stupid.
yeah.
Well, if you don't
No,
have money, you gonna put a tissue in there up there. You gonna
right.
go to the bathroom and use toilet paper. Like that's,
And
what if
that's
you're
not,
poor
yeah.
or low income, or what if you're just in class? You know what I mean? Like, give me 10, $20. It's like, no, here, free. You know, they don't have that stuff. Don't they have that thing in the bathroom where you just turn the little slot thingy?
Yeah, some places you can go and get that for free, but other places they'll charge you.
That's not.
And
That's
then, but then there's people like say there is a place that does offer them for free. People will go in there and take them all and then ruin it for everybody, you know? So, and that's happened because, we're in janitorial and I do ordering for different people, and sometimes that happens.
But does that really matter though? I mean, are we out of tampons? You know what I mean? Like, if somebody takes 10 tampons, are we tampon deficient then after that? You know what I mean? Like, put them back in, put 10 more
But
back in
I
there.
think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a month ago, due to supply chain issues, they were running out.
Okay. I mean, then that's a
You know what
problem.
I mean? Like but it
But
was
look
like,
what happened to the COVID situation and the toilet paper and the hand sanitizer.
yeah, same type of
Yeah, same
situation.
thing. Like people, I mean, that's just on people.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's really like there's a lot of policies I think that are there to try to help people, but other people will come in and just
Ruin it for everybody.
ruin it for
Yeah.
everybody. So what are you supposed to do? Like
I think after COVID, it really, really made me cynical. I mean, I used to be cynical before, pre-COVID, but after post-COVID, like I'm just like, man, ugh, you make it really
yeah.
easy to hate humans.
Dude, I was outside literally 3 minutes in the world today. Mind you, it's 110 degrees. It's hot.
It's
I'm
hard.
walking, I'm walking into Walmart and I see a bunch of like kids just being rowdy,
What's
jump.
kids?
You know, I think they were definitely in high school,
Okay,
probably, you
trying to set the
know.
scene.
Yeah, they had to be in high school. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure they were high school. And they were just kind of like I wasn't really paying attention to them, but I saw them. I was walking to the store and I saw them kind of coming towards the door as well, like walking down the front of the store and
okay.
just kind of jumping on stuff and just, being wild boys. And it was maybe like 7 to 10 of them.
Mm.
And this man, or so we get closer, and this man, he's like, man, what's up? What's up? Man, fuck, fuck, like hella just, going off on them. And
Mm.
they were like, what? Well, what, saying whatever. And then dude was really like knuckling up, like he was really, or nutting up, like he was really about to just, I don't know. I was like, damn, does he have a gun? Because the way he was like reaching for his like waistline, and I'm like, oh Lord, I'm like, I am not about to start running. I'm like, this is about to go down in front of Walmart. And he's all, calling them, they're all, he's Mexican, and the group of boys were all black.
Mm.
And so they're like, oh, nigga, nigga, everybody's hella niggas going around saying nigga this, nigga that. And it was just kind of weird that this Mexican man was also saying nigga, but you could tell he says it as
Yeah,
well. He was
they
like,
love it.
yeah,
They love it more than white
it's
people.
like their word. He was using it like it was his word. You know what I mean? So that was just kind of awkward as well.
Yeah.
But then
Mad
another
annoying.
guy who's walking up with his girl, we're all like walking up, and this guy, he's next to me. He's like, oh man, leave them alone. They're kids. And then he was like, nah, that one right there, he's trying to act like he was a gangster or something. And then he was like, the other man, he was just telling him, leave him alone, leave him alone. And then he started stepping to that dude like he was gonna fight him. So it was just like, and so then all the boys go inside of Walmart. So they're in Walmart getting hella loud. All these like old people are like looking around scared and like what's about to happen. And it was just too much. It's just too much. Like, I don't know. Mm. But you can't be out here. Like, its tensions are high. It's hot,
I'm
you
just like,
know?
where is hot? I was like, where are the parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Yeah.
their parents
But
are
I
like,
mean, it's
and their kids.
Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. The boys probably just got out of school. You know what I'm saying? And so they're hanging
Yeah,
out. Their parents are at work. This was like at 4, you know?
yeah. I've seen some in Target in Glendale. I've seen some Armenian kids just wild, just acting up. There's like 5 of them, and they were just running around Target, and then they pushed the button to make the escalator stop, and then they just ran out the door. It's like boys
Yeah.
will be boys.
Right. Like kids, they just don't use their brains. Like they
I mean, I've
probably
been there. I can't get mad at it because I've been there. I've been that kid. I've done worse. So it's like I understand. And I didn't come from a broken. Oh, I don't know about broken home, but I didn't come from a crazy, low income home. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's just being young.
Yeah, but it could be tragic. It could be detrimental
It
because
could, yeah,
that
true,
man, that the Mexican dude, he could have had a gun and he could have shot all of them up. We don't
true.
know his state of mind. We don't know his mental state. So they were trying to be all tough and hard or whatever, and like acting like they didn't do anything. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened, but I think dude was just walking through them and he didn't like them, and was probably irritated by them because they were black and they probably thought they were hard or whatever. And he was being territorial, and he probably didn't like dude looking at him or being close to him. So it was just wild. And then yesterday, I was out for 3 minutes. I'm parked in my car looking because I didn't find what I needed. So I was about to do an order on Amazon. So I'm sitting in my car, air's on, I'm just chilling or whatever. And I hear hella people like yelling, windows up, but I look and it was like a hatchback. It was a hatchback car, but it had 4 doors. And I just saw like kids jumping out of the trunk. Kids were jumping out of the doors.
It's a clown car.
Bruh, it was just like that. Literally, it had to been 12 people in the car. And they were all like stacked on top of each other in this little car. Like that is so dangerous. And it is so stupid. Cause like as a kid, yeah, you don't think. And I mean, I remember we used to pile people in the car as well. I mean, I had a Taurus and it fit like 5 comfortably, but we got 6 people in there. So it's just things that kids do, but it's like you don't realize how dangerous that was for you guys.
I just think you're just getting old.
Yeah, I am, but
Getting older. Now you see things that like I used to like be like I used to sag my pants all the time, and I look at it and I'm like, damn, like that looks so stupid.
yeah,
I'm like,
but
damn,
it
I
was
used to do that, man.
yeah,
I
it
used
was
to be
just
rowdy, loud because I wanted attention. See,
yeah,
look at me, kind of thing. And
yeah, and it was
now it's annoying as fuck. You know what I
right,
mean?
and
So
it was boys and girls, and they were getting ready to go to Target, and they were just probably all wanting to get a ride to Target to go get some ice cream or
right,
whatever, but
just
it was just
excited
like,
to be young and
but then I look, after that, I'm just looking at them like, okay. And then, but I was hella laughing. I was like, damn, I should have videotaped this because people would not believe what I just saw.
should have, yeah.
But I mean, literally, it was like 20 people in this little ass car that just
I
popped out. Like
mean,
the doors open and the trunk open, and it was like people everywhere. But if a cop would have stopped them, there's helicopters where I live
mm,
all the time. Like, this isn't just whatever. Like, they don't play that out here. And that could have been, the girl who did it. Okay, it's great you have a car, but you just jeopardize, like, you're not thinking, you just jeopardize
I know,
your
but yeah, you don't when you're young and
your
you get
privilege.
yeah, you don't think about that though. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I got a car. Even trucks, like I had a truck. My first vehicle was a truck, and I would put people back there. And my dad would always say, "Don't put people back there. It's like illegal." Blah blah blah. But I always
Yeah.
put people back there.
Yeah.
It
I'm
never
good.
got caught.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, it's I guess it's a part of life. But so they all jump out and they left the doors open on one side.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just stupid. Like, so
Yeah.
now you just left all your doors open. You're in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody could steal your car, somebody could, vandalize your car, whatever. But it's just kids don't think.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I guess that's just a norm.
Yeah.
And they think they just know everything,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
but they
You weren't like
don't.
that,
Nah, I
really?
wasn't. I had friends that were like that. They'll
Yeah.
tell you, ask any of them. I was the one, I was like, no, I'm not about to go in there and
Yeah,
steal.
I've done
I'm
all
not
kinds
about
of.
to do
I've done
that.
all of that, all of it. Yeah, we just don't. We think we're invulnerable.
Yeah.
We all think
I
we're Superman and Superwoman. You know what I mean? Supergirl, like
yeah.
Superboy. Like we're just. We don't give a fuck. You know, we live
Yeah.
in like there's no tomorrow
Right. Well,
until
I
you
was
start paying your bills and
yeah.
need your own place.
And I must have been an old soul or something because I'm just like, that shit was dumb. And I knew it was dumb then. So I didn't do it. Like, literally.
It's
My
kind of
friend,
like
my friends got arrested.
yeah, it's kind of like you have a. It's like a you do things to have a story to tell, and now like when you get older, like man, remember that time we went to Target? We all got in that small ass hatchback car, and then we went to go get some ice cream, and all the doors open. It's like yeah, we should whatever happened. Oh, we should have did that because our car got stolen or whatever. You know what I mean? But that shit was funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's kids for you.
But it's like 10, 20 years later. You're talking about. I remember I had a Honda Civic, and I don't know what happened, but we all got out of my car, and my car started rolling down the hill, and I had to chase it. If I hadn't chased it, it would have hit cars, hit a pole, and I
Yeah,
would yeah all
exactly.
that. But I don't know, like my friend was in there, he didn't put the emergency brake on or whatever, and he just let it roll down. And I was like fuck, and I had to chase that shit down the hill, and I got in there like Dukes of Hazzard and stopped the
Yeah,
car. You know what I mean? So I
yeah.
mean, just being a kid, being a youth, I just done all kinds of dumb shit, like almost getting killed, dumb shit, but you don't think about it then because it's like I said, you're just young and dumb and
I don't even think
uh,
you have the capacity. Some people don't have the capacity
yeah, I
to.
do believe that, our frontal lobe don't is not developed until you're 20, 21 or 23. So I do believe that. Because I think about that now that when you were talking about the kids stuff, I'm just thinking like, man, I didn't ask shit, bro. Like life threatening, not even thinking about it at the time shit. You know what I mean? Just because you're with your friends. and you're trying to have fun, and it was fun. Even fighting, like it
Yeah,
was
and I
fun.
also think a lot of people stay there mentally. Like it's always no, I'm so serious, bro. Like I just thought of this. Like people stay there like in that like turn up party mode their whole life and never like
Why?
do anything with their life. And I think it's because of our generation who was like the party generation or the like turn down for what. Like I feel like our generation was really like about let's
Slacker.
have fun, let's kick it, let's
Hmm.
party, you know what I'm saying? And then the kids grew up with that lifestyle, and now the kids are on drugs, and they were idolizing Lil Wayne, and so now there's a whole generation with face tats and look like Lil Wayne's. And yeah, like it's our generation was definitely the turn up drug using generation.
Well,
And people just stayed there.
I think my generation was half and half. I think we were drug sellers and drug users, and then obviously not obviously, but then we become parents, and we're still like trying to hang on to our youth, so we don't become parents. We're not rearing our children. We're like we're still playing video games. We're still collecting comic books, toys, cars, childish things, but
Well,
we're still paying
yeah.
our bills and everything. But you know what I mean. But we have kids,
Well,
so
we're
we're
living.
not like. I remember like what I think like my dad like passing down like gems to me, and I'm like cool. Like we're not doing my generation and below me in 30s
Above.
aren't doing that.
Yeah, no.
They're not rearing. They're trying to be their kids' friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? I remember I was in the comic book store and I saw this guy and he was with his whole family. It was him, his wife, or supposedly his wife, and two kids. And the way his kid was talking to him was like a friend. He was like, "Oh, we should get this," and the kid was like, "No, we shouldn't get that. That's not cool. This right here is more blah blah." Blah. I'm like, and then he was like, should we? He's like, "Should we get this?" The dad was like, "Should we get this? We should get this." And
Well,
the kid
you
was
know
like, "No, we
why?
shouldn't get that. That's not cool." I'm
But
like,
you know
"Why is
why?
your son talking to you like your friend, bro?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Because they want to be cool.
because
They still want to be." I mean, I know. I think I have a idea why, but
what?
what were you gonna say?
What do you think?
I just think we like you said like they never grow up. They're trying to be cool still. They're trying to hang on to their youth, and then when they have kids, it's like they want to be the cool parent, and they really haven't grown. And most of them probably didn't have like fathers or mothers in their life, and they were like raised by their grandma or a single parent, and it's like they don't have that father figure in their life, so they can't you know they can't be a father figure to their child because they haven't had that in their life. So how are they going to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some guys are like that, not all, but some guys are like that.
Right.
And there's the thing like there's a part where you just don't want to grow up. So you don't know how to grow up. So
Well, yeah, no, it's definitely, I'm sure a lot of that, but you remember like when we were growing up, like in the 90s, it was a lot of talk, and it was like a epidemic almost of teen pregnancies, and they had all these like on MTV, the 13 and pregnant, and
mm-hmm.
like it was just a lot of
Hey
like,
mom.
yeah, it was a lot of teen moms. And that's why, and just teen parents, or, teen, yeah, parents, whether they're together or not. Um, we're living through the consequences of that right now because those kids were kids themselves. So
Yeah,
how are they able to pass wisdom down to
right,
their children?
right. And they're still yeah, and
You
right.
know?
And
So
they
that's
haven't
why they're
grown up
friends.
either. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
They're basically raising each other.
You're right, right. Yeah.
That's why, and because a lot of people are so close in age, like that's why you see that dynamic more and more so. And I always wondered how that was going to affect, or how that was going to be an issue, like down the line, and we're living through that right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like everything that happens, there's consequences for it. Like even like the heavy, like not our generation, but maybe the generation the millennials, whatever's after the millennials too.
Yeah.
Um, that's the drug culture, and that's why we've lost so many of those rappers to drugs.
Right.
That like I would, dude. We lost Tupac. We lost Biggie very traumatically.
Yeah, through violence. Yeah.
But like these kids, think about it. They are losing their favorite rapper like every other week.
Because of drugs.
And that well also because of the gang culture and like the gang the maybe not even gang culture or just the representation of being violent in rap music, which is the mainstream music.
Yeah,
I'm
which is
sorry.
the norm now. Yeah.
You know? Like it's so sad. It's so sad. Like because like you don't hear, you know, Justin Bieber getting robbed or, you don't hear
Well,
fights
because he's
at
not in that.
Taylor's.
He's not in that area. He's not in the areas to get in fights.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like all like most of the young rappers are, are getting killed.
Yeah, but I mean,
But you don't hear that in pop music. You don't hear
yeah,
that
because
in
you're not talking about guns. Like if you're talking about gun, you live by the gun, die by the gun. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're gonna bring that type of energy and you're gonna go into the hood or whatever, or not go in the hood and bring your peoples or whatever and bring that element, I mean, that's what you're gonna have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, I mean,
And yeah,
I dealt with that and I was like, man, this is like I'm getting PTSD from walking outside. Like, why do I want to live like this? You know what
right.
I'm saying?
And that's what we're
And I don't
living
have to.
through. But right, but like literally, I think things are gonna get a little bit more hectic. I pray daily that it doesn't, but just the consequences of culture. Um,
Yeah, because people's mental health, people's history, people what do you call it, the ability to get firearms easily. I mean, there's a 19-year-old. I don't know where he was. He just killed random people. I don't know. God, what was that? Florida or New Jersey? It was a black kid. I'm just like, he just went around just killing people. This is like recent. So it's
yeah,
like,
no, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. And even today, when I went to Walmart, like they're known, Walmart has like statistics on hella fights being at Walmart.
yeah, why are you going to Walmart?
Well, I needed something for tomorrow
Is there
really
anything
quick.
else, anywhere else you could go to? You have to
No,
go to Walmart.
well, what I needed, they would may possibly have, and they didn't even have it. So I was
Yeah,
like, what?
I don't go
Because
to
usually,
Walmart
yeah, I usually Amazon everything. But anyways, that's not
except
the
for
point.
Burbank.
Yeah, that's not the point. The point is just that quick for me leaving my house, getting into my car, getting out
Right,
of my car, walking to Walmart.
right,
I'm in literally like if bruh started shooting,
right.
I would have been,
Yeah,
I would have to run or
I don't
I
go to
could have got
Walmart in
hit.
Sacramento at all. Like, it's
Dude, it wasn't
different
even
energy.
Sac, it's Elk Grove. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
and
it's
still Sac. I don't
yeah,
do it.
yeah,
Like out
it's
here, I don't know. It's weird. Like LA Walmart, like it's not like that. Like although the WalMarts that are close to me, Burbank and I forgot what the other one is. It's not. They're not. It's not like that. It's everybody who goes there. You know what I mean? So it can't be like that. It's just weird. I'm cool on Walmart, except for the one in Rancho. That's not too bad, but still, it's kind of
yeah,
shaky.
nah, it's not cool, man. But I don't know. It's a mess. But it could have got real sticky out there today. And I was talking shit. I was just like, I'm out the house for 3 minutes. And this is what I walk into. I was so hot. I was like, this is so dumb. You know me. But whatever.
Don't go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart people.
Yeah. It definitely has a certain clientele. that it draws.
Except for
And
Burbank.
and that's not being biased. Like they have statistics that the Walmart parking lots are known for whatever,
Yeah.
for fights and
Except for Burbank.
violence. Oh, really?
Oh, it's perfect out there. It's like Target. It's like because around Burbank there's like there's Krispy Kreme, Target, Best Buy, Marshalls, I think TJ Maxx is there, Ross. It's like a big old outdoor shopping mall, and every culture is there. So it's like there's security there. It's like no room to act. I mean, I haven't seen it. Every time I go there, I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah.
But peace. So
right. Yeah. No, I mean, when I do go to the Walmart, it's pretty chill, but it was just the hot, wrong time of day. I don't know. But things just pop off so quickly. And it's like you don't know who's walking next to you that's mentally unstable. Because
that's
that
true too.
guy,
That's true.
there was no reason for that man to like be that like nutted up. He might have just got out of prison. I don't know.
And
But
you
he
could
was,
get it anywhere, I mean, I remember they had something at Natomas and somebody was just like popping in Natomas. You know what I mean? And so you can get it anywhere.
yeah, and he was really about to like he was in the middle of all these people like what what like I'm just like oh my god. At first I was like I'm about to leave. I was like what? I was like is this really about to happen? I'm over here talking. And I was like I'm about to leave. And then I was like no, but I need this. And so
About to lose your life for something,
I know. I know.
some little material thing.
Yeah,
But you didn't. It wasn't. It wasn't.
yeah, it seemed like it was kind of like de-escalating, but anything could have happened, like literally. Because I was like, if he was going to do something, he would have already did it.
I mean, how many? I mean,
He
there's
was just talking. He was just pumping and pump faking, and that's what a lot
yeah,
of these kids do too, or people in general. They're just popping off, and I'm like, why
yeah. But
are
then
you
you have
so angry?
you have incels who are getting in vans and running over people. You have incels who are getting in their car, shooting up people. You have I mean, you have random people who go to old people going to Las Vegas and shooting up country, outdoor festivals. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just
man,
you just never know. It's so random. You know what I mean? All
and that's
ages, all can get it.
yeah,
All ages can do it. So
yeah,
it's like that could have escalated, but it didn't. Obviously, I mean, it could. Anything could. Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? You could have been somewhere. You could have been in Beverly Hills, or I could have been in Beverly Hills shopping, and then get in my car, and then like I hear 22 minutes later somebody's shooting on Rodeo Drive for some reason. Why? Because it's hot. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So it's
yeah.
random, dude.
Or they just
Like,
robbed Gucci.
they just ransack Melrose and cops do nothing but watch.
Okay,
So it's
it's
like
I
it's
don't know.
random.
Yeah, shit is just getting out of hand. It really is. And I don't even be outside like that. So
I
I
don't
was
be
just like,
outside either.
I was just outside literally 3 minutes. Three. I'm
Hey,
tired.
I was random. I was attacked by homeless people
And then
person.
one of the
So
boys like looking at me, he's like, we didn't even, and they're like smiling and laughing. They're like, I didn't even do anything. I'm like, you, whatever. Y'all need to stop acting up. I don't
yeah,
know.
where are your parents?
The energy was it was a little rowdy the way they were walking up. But they were just being kids. And then, okay, so that was the other thing because there's a lot of kids in this neighborhood. And there's this other on the other side, it was some skater boys, right? So I'm driving in my car or I'm at the light about to turn and these skater dudes are like doing, how they go downstairs and go down rails on their skateboards. And so they were doing that. But the cold part about it is at the end of that is a sidewalk that is just right here by the main boulevard or the parkway. So one kid could just like easily lose control and be in the street. which is a main busy street out here. And it's like, do you guys think of that? Like, who said this was a good idea? Like, nobody's gonna say, hey, this is a busy parkway. Maybe we shouldn't do these ollies and
But
ride down the rail right here
but
into the
see, but
street.
that's where parents come in because I remember good. I'm glad that's a good. I'm glad you brought that up. I was like, I wanted to have a basketball hoop, and I wanted to put it in the street and play on, in the street because other kids did it. My friends would do it. They get
Yeah.
like their little, cement and then the hard, base, and then
Mhm.
and we put it in the street. But my dad
Right.
would be like, "Yo, cars be flying by here all the time. I'm not gonna have you out here, in the
Okay.
sidewalk in the street. I mean, playing basketball and then get hit by a goddamn car. Like, no, that's my father thinking rationally. Where I'm just like, but my friends did it over here. My friends are doing it. It's like, let them do it. Let them die or let them whatever. So my kids, like, we're
Yeah.
not
Like,
having
I'm
that.
responsible for you.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
I'm not having even. But it's not going. It's never going to happen. My friend's still alive. It's like that. You never know.
Right.
And
It's
I'm glad he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like for me to hear that, I'm like, where are the parents?
they aren't there because it's a busy, like, it was a shopping center basically.
Yeah, if
So
my
the
dad would
parents
have saw
weren't
me
there.
do that, man, he would have snatched me up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you
And
stupid.
it was like 20 kids. Just how
Yeah,
skaters are. They just take over the whole, like, such a prominent area. It's like,
yeah.
get out the way.
That's the
But
culture.
yeah, exactly. But hello, dumb asses, you're gonna die. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, and sometimes, like, when these things happen, I'm like, should I say something?
No, because
Because I would,
I've seen that happen. I've seen like the skateboard, like the dude fall off the skateboard and the skateboard running inside on the street, and it hits the car lightly, or he even gets run over by a car or whatever. So I mean, it's just that's the name of the game, kind of.
yeah, but I just feel bad. Like, I'm just like, man, should I just give them like a little warning just so? But then
They know
I'm just like, mind my business,
because
because
because also the thinking process is I need to be better. So what better way than to have my life threatened for me to stay on the board and do these tricks right, or I lose my board or my life. So it's like kind of one of those things too. It's like why do people jump out of planes? Why do people jump on, why do we do like tricks off of ramps? You know what I'm saying? What we'll break our legs, 5 times and still go back and do the same thing over again. I mean, we're just stupid.
yeah, humans are idiots.
We're
And
just dumb.
some are more idiot. I don't know,
Why do we go
more.
down the hill on our skateboard? I mean, I remember we
Yeah,
had a hill. I forgot where we were, but we've gone a hill. We like slalom down the hill.
yeah, I'm just
You know
too
what I mean? Like,
logical.
why do we do that
Yeah, I know it's wild.
to a cross street? You know what I mean? Like, what? We gotta start with our feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no ending. You know, why did we do that?
Right. I just wish I wasn't so logical, because then I would like live a little bit more free.
Oh,
But my Virgo brain doesn't allow me to.
I mean, I'm not saying we didn't get scraped. I mean, I have injuries all over. I have scars all over my body, but obviously, I'm still alive. I have a story to tell. But I guess I'm kind of glad I didn't think logically like that because I would have not done things. I don't miss not having a basketball court or a basketball hoop in the street, but like I did a lot of dumb shit that was fun. That was fun. I mean, those kids, you see those 20 kids, you see a hazard. Those 20 kids see camaraderie and fun and learning. The more they skate, the better they get. And like I said, like the reason why the kids do that is because if I have to be good, if I lose my board, I will. If it goes in the street, I'm going to lose my board. So
Well,
it makes me get better.
that's great and all, and like I understand people want to be rebels and do all that, but like, see, I look at a lot of stuff too as a business owner. And so for that property owner who leases out those properties or that retail center to different people, the property owner could get sued. And
100%. Yeah. So that's
so,
not on you though. That's on the property owner to get security.
right. But it's like, I don't know. And the property owners are never there. You know what I'm saying? They
So
probably,
good.
right. But I'm just saying, it's like, as soon as something happens, as soon as a
Yeah.
kid, dies or
Raise their neck.
whatever, breaks, yeah, whatever, then that parent is going to be like, oh, maybe we can get money. Maybe we could do this and
100%. But that's on the
So,
property.
right. But I mean, it's just like, damn, it's like, I don't know. It's just too much, man. It's
It's like,
definitely
but I got nothing to do with you. Why do you think about that? It's not your property. Those aren't your kids.
right. But I'm worried about the kids dying
That
on
was
the
a long
parkway.
pause.
I know. I
That was
was
like a
like,
dramatic pause.
right, because I'm just like, what, dude? Like, my brain was
I mean, that's cool. You have
calculating.
empathy and sympathy and stuff. I mean, we need people like you, but people like you also die.
What does that mean?
Like you think
Oh,
about
stress?
other people. No, you think about other people. Like you save other people. Like you think about. Like no, dude. Think about you. Worry about you.
Right, but I think everybody thinks about them, and that's why the world is liberal and the world is so free and the world is going to shit.
You
And
think
that
it's
was
good? You think
actually,
that's the reason why? I think it's. I
I think
think
it's partly,
I think it's the opposite. I think we have like the Karens and the Kens and shit. Like they're getting too into other people's businesses and stuff. Remember that video where the couple was like, "Is that your property?" And the guy was like, "Why?" Because he was putting BLM or something on his sidewalk or something, and the old couple was like, "Is that your property?" No, bitch, mind your business.
right, but that's different. That's not
Is
that.
it?
Yes, me wanting to save a
You were
kid's
about to
life.
say I should say something
Yes,
to
to
those
save a
kids.
kid's life.
That got nothing to do with
So
you.
next week when I see them on the news, oh, kids were by Peony Palace and they were skateboarding and flew into the street.
Right. But
And
then
died and got hit by multiple cars.
and then
Like
if you don't,
then it's gonna be a memorial,
right.
flowers and whatever.
But
Like,
that's on you because you didn't say anything.
no, it's not on me, but maybe if I said something, I could have saved a life.
Maybe that's on the parent to be more of
Who's
a parent.
at work? The parent who's at work who doesn't know what their kids are doing.
Why don't you know what your kids doing?
They're at work. It's
Why don't you have that conversation with your kids? How do you know? How come you don't know what your kids are doing?
Well, we know because kids are not getting wise counsel anymore because possibly what we discussed previously that they're being raised by their best friend. Right. So they're probably happy for them.
Right. So that got nothing to do.
Cool, you did
so why are you worried about kids who are not your kids? That's on them. Let them worry about.
What about the village? What about the community?
No, what community? When's the last time you talked to any of those kids?
Never.
Okay, then where's the village? There's no village. The village is dead.
So that's the problem, though. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem.
Yeah. So, but for now, for you,
if other parents aren't raising kids, then somebody else should give them a little nugget of information that they need to sit their asses down. Or now we have the streets splattered.
Which is why we have a 19-year-old who was randomly shooting people. That's why we have incels. Well, just because they can't get no pussy, they're running over people. That's not your problem. The parents aren't doing their job. It's not your problem until it affects you. No,
right? Exactly. And the way that it's going, that look how it's affecting you.
Yes, look how it's affecting you.
Statistically, it's going to affect all of us at one point. The way things are going. I almost got shot today, possibly.
But you didn't, and you're right here talking to me on this podcast. So
right.
You're good. Yeah.
Right.
All those 20 kids. All those 20 kids who are getting better at skating are all still alive.
Do we know that? We don't know that. We don't know that.
Having fun because
we don't know that.
Hopefully
somebody could have been drunk.
Because gladly some light-skinned girl didn't say anything. So now all those 20 kids are still having fun on that property.
Maybe.
And not having a ruined day.
But how close they are to the streets, a drunk driver could be coming down the street and run up into the building.
You're right.
Goners.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That got nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
I'm definitely over analytical, but
That's not your problem. Those aren't your kids. That's not your property. That's not you hitting them. You're not the drunk driver. You're not the skateboarder. That game got shit to do with you.
yeah, but I also don't think it's being a Karen. It's just trying to help a kid stay alive. That's
Nope.
how I see it.
You're ruining their day.
By saying,
Ruining their
hey, you
day.
guys should be careful. This is a busy
You
parkway.
don't think they don't know that?
Maybe not. They might not have thought of it. Kids
Really?
are stupid. Kids
Okay.
are
But
stupid.
those aren't your kids. Those aren't your kids. You're stressing over people who
I'm not
aren't.
stressing. I'm gonna go to
Okay.
sleep.
Yeah, I'm
But
going to sleep too.
I'm just saying that I don't know. It's whatever. Like there's no point. It's
There
really
is
no
none.
point.
Our society is over, bro. It's done. There is no village unless you
I'm fighting till the
make
last
a village.
hurrah. I'm gonna change the world.
How? You didn't
I
say
don't know,
anything.
somehow.
You don't talk to any of those kids. How? What are you talking about? What are you doing? We're not doing anything. We're guilty. We're all guilty.
I'm not guilty. You could be guilty. I'm gonna say something.
How are you not guilty? You didn't say
If
anything.
if I was on the other side of that street, I would have said something.
Okay, and then they probably would have made fun of you and threw rocks
And
at
I would have
you.
been like, oh well.
And
Get hit, little nigga.
And then they were like, remember that light skinned chick was yelling at us? Yeah, man, that shit was crazy.
Who said I was gonna yell? There's definitely a way to like speak to people. Like that's what people think. Just because you say something.
How do you think Karens be coming up to people? They don't come up to them and yell at them. They come up to them really passive aggressively quiet and be like, "Is that your property? Do you live around here? Is it?"
Yeah, because it has racial undertones. But I would be looking out for their life. I'm not trying to be racial.
I know, but they're not going to see that way. You're ruining their good time. You automatically turn into a Karen. It's not what a Karen is, ruining people's good time. Oh,
Karen's not trying to make
they're
people
barbecuing out here.
Right, but she's not trying to keep people alive. She doesn't want black people on her fucking property putting smoke in her window. That's what her problem is.
Ruining the fun.
No, I'm not. I'm keeping people alive.
Is that not a Karen, dude?
Karen is not. If Karen they don't care, is not trying to keep people alive.
If they don't care about their lives, why do you?
I don't know. I'm just not made like you people. I'm not.
Who's you people? What do you mean you people? What do you mean by you people?
You people who don't care. I mean, there's plenty of people who do not care. So
it's different if it was like in front of in front of your house, or you know what I'm saying. It's different. Then you obviously say something because it's like, bro, like you're making noise. I hit a ski skirt. Like you might hit one of these kids who play outside in front of my area. Like, nah, this ain't happening. But no, it's on a different property on the other side.
Right, and that's the thing. And people don't care until it happens to them. People don't care about anything until it happens to them. You might be driving down the street and a dumbass kid flies out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you hit them.
Yeah, this is random. That is the world today. This is the world.
Yeah.
This is
I'm gonna still try to save the world. One smile at a time.
Do you, boo?
Hey, dumbass kids. Be careful. This is a parkway.
Hey, you idiots. You know there's cars here, right? You might get hit. No, fuck you. Okay, well, fuck you too. Okay, bye.
All right.
Be careful still.
No, I would keep going.
Them kids.
They'd probably be like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Well, that's terrible.
Well, then it got nothing to do with you. You're not a terrible person. So
I know I'm not.
So why worry about that? When I see that shit, when I see them kids acting up, I mean, that's on them. You know what I mean? That's on them and their parents, and they gotta. I mean, it reminds me of those girls who died in that car but they were wilding, and it's like you wilding in your car and you get hit. I mean, you should have been wilding.
They were just wanting to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just kids.
100%. And one of them had a kid, but that's your dumbass acting up. Now your family and your child have to pay for your idiocracy. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just hear the stories. So I mean, it's a story to talk about and then move on. Ain't got shit to do with me. It's another sad story. Fucked up, but I mean that's on her dumbass for doing that stupid shit. I mean, trying to have fun. One of those kids get hit by a car. Hey, we had fun. At least we
No,
had
I
fun.
doubt that's what they say.
Well, no, of course not. They're gonna, play victim and that car came out of nowhere.
I
No,
had
idiot. You're doing your skateboard shit in front of a busy
in high
street.
school, there were a bunch of kids who would go and steal stuff out of cars.
Mm-hmm.
One day, these kids that I went to school with stole from an off-duty sheriff's car,
Mm-hmm.
and he came out and shot them, or
Yeah.
one of the kids.
Okay.
Great kid,
Mm-hmm.
awesome, whatever. But he was just having fun with his friends,
Yeah.
and he's now dead.
Yeah.
And the kids don't say, "Oh, it was a great time." They're all pretty much scarred
Yeah.
till this day. So it's trauma, and like
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what
want.
you get.
That's not what you did. That's
That's
terrible.
the end result. Now,
Right. But
could you
they
have
did
saved
he
those
think that?
kids?
Did he think?
Could you have saved those kids?
No, it was
Because I
that
got
night.
shit to do with you.
No, it doesn't. But
Okay,
it's
then
still,
it's a cautionary tale. So now you could
but
tell
I'm
that
just
to
saying
your
what
kids or people or your nephew, niece and nephew. You can say, I have a story to tell. Yes,
yeah,
those
but
kids are gonna have trauma. That's what happens. I have trauma from the
right,
shit
but
I
you
did.
said that people are going to tell a story and they're going to be happy about telling this story or whatever. No, it's not all good times. Like
No, it's
when
not. But
kids
when you
do dumbass shit, there
yes,
there's consequences for it.
yes,
So I don't know.
which has nothing to do with you, but you having a story to tell to the next person. It's a cautionary tale.
But
That's what
people could
that's
be saved. Remember we talk about planting seeds?
who's supposed to plant the seeds? And how are you supposed to get those seeds to
Uh
the people to
the
plant?
random person walking down the street telling them not to do dumb shit?
Have you done that?
Not this in this case. No, I haven't. I was in my car across the street.
Can't save everybody,
True, but you could try.
but you can't. But yeah, you could try.
I
I
mean,
could
your
try to dance in the
community,
middle of the street.
but in your
I could try to get a dog.
community, but that's I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. This isn't going anywhere. But people are not doing anything, and that's why we're
No.
where we're at. No, nobody
Yes.
cares.
Nobody cares. Look what happened to COVID. Everybody got toilet paper, and then I saw a woman fight a old lady for toilet paper.
You saw that with your own
Yes,
eyes.
and then yes, I saw that in real life in Target. Not a fight, but like an argued fight. And then I saw it on the news. It's like we do not care about each other. I see it all day here in LA. People,
So
the
does
way
that
they
make
park, the way they talk to people, the way they
right? So you're supposed to
interact.
just let life go?
No, I do my thing if I can. I say what I have to say. I do my thing if I can, but I'm not gonna like worry about it because I know
I'm
people are
not worried
stupid.
about it. I'm not worried about it, but I'm just saying, I mean, like
I
today,
already I
when
already
those people
started
are
this pod.
fighting,
I already started this pod saying I'm cynical, and I'm more cynical now after post COVID, 2020 and 2021. Some
well,
people
you have to have
aren't
hope.
worth saving. That's
Yes.
good. That's good. There's people like you. My friend is like that. I'd be like, dude, you're too nice. Like you're gonna die when the zombie apocalypse happens because you're gonna try to save everybody. I'm gonna be like, I'm
No,
gonna
I'm
shoot
not. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna be in the clouds. Fuck that. That's a different
How
story.
you gonna be in the clouds? What
I
you mean
don't like.
you're gonna be dead?
I don't like ghouls and goblins.
Wait, wait,
We'll
wait, wait,
see.
wait, 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 wait. Zombie apocalypse happens. You're gonna die?
Huh?
What'd you
I'm
say?
gonna
What do
be
you
in the
mean?
rapture. I'm gonna be raptured.
I said this. So the zombie apocalypse to you is the rapture.
Hmm.
How's the rapture? You can still kill people. You can still survive.
Huh? I'm not gonna be here. I just
Who's
know
gonna
that.
die? How are you gonna die when the zombie apocalypse happens? You're just gonna lay there and be eaten?
No, I'm going to be raptured. I'm going to be with
No, I didn't say
Jesus.
that. I said zombie apocalypse
What is the zombie apocalypse, bro?
when the zombies come. I didn't say
There's
nothing
no
about no
zombies.
rapture.
Yes, but okay, there's a time period called the apocalypse. That's what it's called. During the
Okay,
times
I didn't
of
say that. I said zombie
tribulation,
apocalypse.
during the time of tribulation,
Mm-hmm.
that zombie
Okay.
apocalypse sounds like that's in that time. So based on my faith, I
Mm-hmm.
will be raptured. I will be gone. I won't be here.
Okay.
No.
So
So I don't know
before
about zombies.
before that, okay, what I believe in is a zombie apocalypse.
So how do
So
zombies come about?
it's
They're
gonna
gonna
be
come out
from
of the graveyard.
no. It's gonna be from some like World War Z kind of thing, like what do you call it? Like a virus. It's gonna be like a virus, and it's gonna be unstoppable, and people are gonna become like undead, unthinking beings, and they're gonna be killing each other. So you are not gonna fight. You're just gonna die, just be killed.
I'm not gonna be here for any of that. So I'm sticking to that. I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, I hear people talk about this, but I'm not gonna be here, so I don't have I haven't thought about that.
Okay, but if you were, and it happened 2 days from now, you're just gonna die.
I'm not gonna
Or
die.
you're gonna fight. You're gonna fight, right?
I mean, whatever I need to do to
You're gonna
stay
fight
alive,
for
I
your life.
guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I just get eaten by a. Is that what how they kill? By eating me?
Yeah, they eat you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro, stop it. So yeah, no, I won't be here for any of that.
Why is my zombie not uh what reality, but your rapture is reality? That's not fair.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be
I
here.
play
I
you
didn't say
game.
it was.
Honestly,
I
if the
didn't say it
rapture
wasn't gonna
happens,
happen.
if
I
the
said I
rapture
won't
happens,
be here.
obviously I'm still gonna be here because I don't believe. So I'm fucked. So that's good for you, bad for me, right? But if my zombie apocalypse happens, well,
Well,
I'm
that's
not
the
gonna be
reason.
here when that
That's the reason
happens.
you should be a believer, so you don't have to deal with that.
No, I'm good. I'm good where I am. I don't want to. I'm good where I am. I don't
Well,
believe in that.
you
But
better
you
go to the
can't.
shooting
But
range.
you
You
won't
better.
believe in my zombie apocalypse. Okay, that's fine. Kind of hypocritical, but okay.
I mean, we kind of are living through it now,
I believe in
and
a
I and I'm
rapture,
not.
like whatever. I'm not
I'm not
religious,
out
but
here
I'm
shooting people. There's a
I'm
lot of
accepting
zombies
it.
around right now.
That's true.
Seriously, think about it.
That's true.
We're not out here shooting people. We living through the zombie apocalypse right now. If you ask me.
It's
I just
very
stay in the
slow, but
house.
yeah. Man, I
Yeah.
remember the one time I left your house in LA on Bixel, and I was going, I don't know when, I went the wrong way or something, and I ended up like going through death row through Skid Row, and then like the way the people walk really looked like The Walking Dead, dude. It was a trip. This was like at night, the light shining down on them, and all you see is their shadow, and they're all in the street because that those small street numbers, no cars go through there, so it was like just all up in the street. I was like, damn, it looked like The Walking. I actually think you were taking me home or taking me to your house because you
Probably.
did say that. You said, man, it looked like The Walking Dead. I was like,
I
yeah,
told you. That's what I'm telling you. Like,
that shit
I
was a
don't,
trip.
man, we living in it right now. I don't fear too many things except for spiders. But yeah, this life is something else. I'm just like, that's my problem. I gotta shut up. Because my cousin, he was like, he has this conversation with me. I sent him a video of these kids that were like stealing heck of alcohol from a grocery store, and it was like a Ralph's, or it was just like a nice grocery store somewhere, and nobody was stopping them. Nobody was doing nothing, and I was like, I would have said something or did something, and I would have tripped them or something. And he was like, well, they could have had a gun and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
Yeah, why you? That's not even like that had nothing to do with you. It's not your
because
Ralph's.
I'm a
Yes,
hero, okay?
yeah. Stop that. Stop it. Stop. You're gonna trip one person when there's like 50 people. You're gonna what are you gonna try? It'd be different if you were a superhero and you could stop all 50. No, you want to stop one kid.
Right.
One
But
kid.
that's what I'm saying. That's my problem. I need to shut the fuck up
Yeah.
because I really do want to do a
Yeah.
whole lot.
Listen to your
And
cousin. You can't. Until you get superpowers or something.
he was like, "How do you know they didn't have a gun?" I'm like,
exactly. Or a knife and could have sliced you up just for being in the way. Like, come on, man. Think.
Yeah, I don't know. I see. That's maybe.
You're not Hitch. You're not Wonder Woman. You're not She-Hulk. Like, no, stop. You're just a human being like us. No, you're not. You're not.
Ask my cousin about that too.
No, you're not.
But anyways,
we want Stacy to live. Tell her to not stop doing stupid shit. Don't say stupid. Don't say nothing.
But I just don't like when people. I just don't like when people threaten my space. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do whatever you want, but if you're around me and you're threatening my space, I'm gonna say something.
Yeah. Okay. Then why instead of that, why don't you just move your space? Did you stay in front of Walmart when they were doing that, or did you watch?
No, I kept walking.
Okay, then.
At first, I was gonna walk back to my car because I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Is he about to start shooting?" Yes. Like I thought he was about to start shooting because he was like reaching for his waist. But then I was just like, "Oh, nothing's gonna happen." So I just went to the store.
Your space.
Yeah, I walked into the Walmart, but then I got into the Walmart and I was just talking shit in there the whole time, like, "This is hella dumb." Like, but I calmed down.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what if they come in here acting up? I didn't know like what level.
Move your space. I remember I was on a train one time and this kid was acting rowdy and shit and talking loud. I just got up and got to another car when we had the next stop. I moved my space. It's nothing. Just move. If somebody's irritating, move your space. You're talking about worried about my space? Yeah, me too. I'm worried about my radius. I move my radius. Fuck that shit, man. You know, it's so easy.
I don't know.
That's how we survive, right? We stay out of trouble. We keep our mouth shut. We move.
Yeah, but I do pray. I do pray about watching what I say, so I'm working on that.
Please.
I don't know. People are imbeciles.
Yes, we know that. That's why we move our space.
I'll just keep it on the pod.
That's a good slogan. Keep it on the pod.
Keep it on the pod, because this world is on other levels of. Whew. All right. Well, we better wrap this up. This has been like 3 hours, I think. And we didn't even really touch on what we wanted to talk about, but it's cool. We'll come back around. This was good. Later. Nice sparring with you, brother.
We did it again.
Exactly. Thanks for listening, guys. And leave comments. Should we not ever say anything in situations like this? Or should we say something? That could be interesting.
How far do you go? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who should I stay alive or should I risk my life to save others?
Unless you the police.
The police don't do. Hey, that's why there has to be community outreach. That's what the guy in the Shy does. That's what happens if they defund the police. You guys, I'm gonna be on that squad. If they defund the police, I might sign up.
As long as you get training, I don't mind that. I just need you to get training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My training would be, I don't know. Anyways. Never mind. We'll save that for another episode. If I were in the community outreach program once, because you know what? That's not, if this world becomes more liberal, more free, I mean, they might defund the police.
Never.
Something to think about.
Never.
We're all gonna have to police our communities.
Never. We don't have a community. We're not unionized. We're not.
I mean, unified. Where you live, like I consider this my community. Like if there was some,
you just say you don't talk to those kids in your area.
No, but that was like at the store. But I'm saying in my neighborhood, like, oh, don't bring no mess around here. I'll tell you that right now.
But you guys are about to have a casino across the street. So
Oh, it's here. Did I
oh, is
tell you?
it? Oh,
Yes, it's been
we'll
open
talk
for
about
like,
it.
yeah, it's been
I want to
open
hear
like
about it.
2 weeks.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
what?
Go ahead.
I'll have to tell you about that. It was a little uncivil the first day. People were
Mm-hmm.
over here parking and acting crazy,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get to the casino. Anyways, all right. Talk to you guys later.